Welcome to the Building Blocks of Life. I'm your boy, Chase Clarence Calloway, and you are tapping in to the root of the symmetry so you can tune in to the mind of Mercury, where we are continuing our conversations on how spirits, spaces, use this substance that we call light to connect with individual circumstances outside of themselves. And now, based on how far we've come, we know that white is the color 0. White is 0 because white is the color that a spirit uses to realize that it has nothing. So this is the color of separation. Once a spirit realizes that it has nothing, it has separated its circumstance from all other spaces outside of itself, because only you, as the individual observer, can realize that you have nothing. So when you know that you have nothing, this is you having your separation. This is you creating your 0. You are now creating a circumstance where you can have knowledge. So now this is whiteness. This is why white is 0, because white is you separating your circumstance of your personal nothing from every other space in existence. So white is the color of separation, 0. The moment a spirit has separated its circumstance from other spaces, it can now express its individuality. This is why red is the first color in Woy BB, because red is the passionate, hot ego, the desire that you can only express alone in your space. This is why no one can actually see your ego, no one can actually see your passions, no one can actually see your desires. Only you, as the individual observer, only you can see your imagination. And it's up to you to connect with it and then communicate it and then build a structure out of it, right? Like I'm doing right now. If I'm passionate about how spirits create colors and use light to construct simulations, then that's me alone in my own imagination. Like no one else is passionate about this stuff like I am. It then takes me to connect with my own ideas so I can communicate them into a structure. Now we have a video that allows anyone who is in resonance with what I'm doing here to be able to connect to me, and now they can listen to what I have just grown by being the symmetry. Okay, so this is how nature works. It doesn't matter what religion you are. You can show this video to people in 1,000 different simulations, okay, beyond this world. All these simulations can believe that they're the one true God. I am still Hermes Trismegistus. I'm still Chase Clarence Calloway, expressing my individuality from Mercury. And it takes me connecting with myself to even create this circumstance where I feel like communicating with you through something that makes sense, right? So those are the later colors. Orange is connection, which we're on now. Yellow is communication. Green is structure. But the whole point of us talking and just recapping is knowing that spirits use white to separate their circumstance, to realize they have nothing. That's white. Realizing you have nothing. Okay, that's light separating. Okay, so when you project your light outward, that's not sustainable. That's just complete separation. That's having nothing. So now this is your ego. So whatever you want to have, you can project that out into the white circumstances that you have used to separate yourself from other spaces, which is why your blood is inside of your body, right? So all of us as humans, we have red blood, but that represents how your ego is making your structure matter from the inside out. Literally, if your ego, if your imagination was not working from the inside out, you literally would not be able to wake up every day or move or build any kind of life or go anywhere or do anything. So it's all about knowing that you're creating life from the inside out. And we can see that in our body and see that in the colors. All right. So red is your passionate hot fire that is actually contained inside of your whiteness. Your true fire, your true imagination is contained inside of your circumstances. And only you can see what you're actually passionate about. Only you can see your imagination. Only you can see what you want, because your fire is too hot. It's vibrating at a frequency that's too like this to connect with any other spirit, to connect with any other space. This is why fire is the unrelatable element and why God is fire, because you, as God, are unrelatable to other gods. This is why if you walk out into most places and say that you're God, most people are going to view you as unrelatable, because we are having a human experience, and thus we're all supposed to feel connected by water. All right, so God is fire, Lucifer is water, and then the human is air. So we're all connected by Lucifer because we're all connected by light. That's what it means to be a human. Literally, we're all light mans. Okay, so this is why we're talking about the colors right now. The colors are important because we have to literally understand that light is the substance that we are creating to connect with spaces outside of ourselves. Your whole body is literally light substances that are made heavy based on how spirits want to connect, right? So now we get the alchemy of life, okay? This is where the medical industry steals everything from me as Hermes. That's why you can see the caduceus on all of the medical pharmaceutical stuff, because this is their modern alchemy. It's causing climate change by creating sickness inside of everybody. So if you want to heal your body, all right, chaseyourgenes.com, get tough with us, okay? Because fasting is the best way to heal yourself. And it's right here in the colors as far as the ego, and your ego being God. And when you fast, the higher you raise your vibration, you vibrate at a frequency that's higher to your spirit. So this is what it means to be close to God. This is why Jesus fasted 40 days in the desert. This is where they got the concept. It came from Zoroastrianism. The whole point of Jesus fasting for 40 days to connect with God is the same thing that Zoroaster had to do to connect with Ahura Mazda. And Enoch had to fast a lot of time to keep connecting with Metatron. I, as Chase, fast to connect with my spirit Iracel. And the whole point is I, as a space of Mercury, am communicating with the universe consistently throughout multiple bodies. So I'm not Jesus, okay? I'm Enoch. I'm Zoroaster. Jesus is an idea created by people who stole everything from me and my soul group and me and my families. So the whole point is that the truth is what all lies are built upon. Okay, so that's going to be coming later. But the point is, when you fast, you are getting to your truth, because you know that your body can live off of the light of God. And then this is where we end up learning that really the light of God is water. All right, logically, just very logically right there, the light of God is actually water. This is why Lucifer is water, because light is the water that allows all of us to connect. Okay, so if we're in a world where the government or in systems that we're supporting are actively poisoning our water, that's because they're actively poisoning our connections, and they're actively polluting the way that we interact with each other. And they want to control the way we interact with each other, right? So then this is why only people with money can have clean water. Whereas clean water used to be normal until people with money polluted the entire environment. But now only people with money can protect themselves from people with money. And this is the evil world that we're in right now, that was built by the religions that stole everything they could from Hermeticism and Zoroastrianism. Okay, so those are your Jews, your Christians, your Muslims. And in general, monotheistic ideas are stolen from Zoroastrianism. And then when you look at Zoroastrianism, you're going to see that Zoroaster was not saying that the whole universe was made up by one God. It's just that the people who stole all of their wisdom from him want you to believe that the universe is made up by one God. And this is their ego, right? So this is where we have the new world order, literally. So just know that white, okay, because I'm giving us all these tools right now, because it's important for us to know where these color names came from and how they play out in the world, and in what context the history of this language even, and the history of the people who made this language, how they relate with these colors. Because really I'm talking about spiritually how these colors manifest in all places, okay, based on their relationship. And then to really ground it in physical reality, we can see why the people who want to destroy nature identify as white. And then they want the people that they're enslaving to identify as black. And that's what this whole Roy G. Biv BB is about, all right? We've added white on the front, we have brown and black on the end, and we're going through this whole series in the building blocks of life. So we can see how all these spectrums of colors interact in multiple atmospheres. Okay, so we're talking spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and then right here in this physical reality, in this light, white supremacist world, physically, right? Because the whole thing with race is that most people are truly identifying themselves as either white or black. So once you understand the energy that each color carries, you can see how once you identify as white or once you identify as black, you literally start to play out these energies in the universe and in the simulation that you're in. So if anyone wants to identify as a certain color, that's because they want to control how that color moves. So anyone who identifies as white, they identify as separate from nature. This is why white people support destroying the environment, because they identify as being separate from it, and then they identify with heaven. They identify that they're going to go to heaven so they can rape, murder, enslave anyone that they want here, all the black people they want. They can project all their ideas at anyone they want and destroy the environment they're in because they're separate from it. That's the color of white. And then on the complete opposite end, the color of black is about absorbing the information that comes out of whiteness, right? So then this is where indigenous peoples were not black until people who wanted to be considered white raped, murdered, enslaved. All of our families took over our land and then taught us in their language that we are black. And now we play out this color. We play out this energy of absorbing all their information and supporting them. So this is why black is submissive and white is dominant as a color. White is supposed to be a high vibration, the highest vibration possible, and black is supposed to be the lowest vibration possible. And this is how the Masons who have built this language have used race to erase indigenous individuality. Okay, so let's get deeper into the colors. White is the color that space uses to express how it throws out and projects light. Black is the color that space uses to express how it absorbs and holds on to light. White brightness is about going out. Black darkness is about going in. Red, as the first color, is the low vibrational foundation for everything in life. Blood. The ultimate desire all spirits have is blood. Why? Because blood allows individual spaces to create, contain, and consume fleshly bodies that allow them to connect with individuals outside of themselves, thus expressing their individuality to others in a way that makes sense for all parties. Blood is red to represent individuality and how all bodies are created by individuals looking to connect their infinite imagination to a circumstance, to a space outside of their own. So if red represents individuality, what does orange represent? As the second lowest vibrational color, orange represents individuals looking to connect their imagination with other individuals. When individual egos connect with other individual egos, orange is a color that is expressed to convey warmth, friendliness, spontaneity, enthusiasm, and overall camaraderie, friendship, brotherhood. Orange is warm. Orange is optimistic. Orange is enthusiastic. Orange is spontaneous, and orange is friendly. Thus, orange is the most social of all the colors in the rainbow. In fact, clubs, restaurants, and communal venues will use orange light to set the tone, set the environment for all the humans to dance, party, and connect inside of. Because research has shown that orange light stimulates more oxygen to the brain, which results in increased mental alertness and perceptivity to one's surroundings. Scientifically, we can see that orange inspires people to feel more intense sensations together, like attraction, connection, magnetism, for example. This is why nightclubs will use orange light to actually make everyone look more attractive overall. There is a whole science there of humans overall looking more attractive when they have more orange tones in their skin. And it's because orange is literally the second color in YGBIV, BB. Alright, it's literally all about connecting your imagination to someone else's. So orange is literally energetic. It has the passion of red, yet it has the friendliness communication of yellow, right? It's right in the balance of individuality and communication. So this is why orange is so energetic. It's truly about the connection that makes any communication truly happen. If you as the individual are not connecting with your own individuality, you're not going to create the circumstance where you can communicate yourself for other people to see you. So humans enjoy orange. Humans are stimulated by orange. Humans express their individuality with red and connect their individuality with orange. Perhaps this is why the two most beloved anime characters in existence up to this point in time are Naruto and Goku, two characters that wear predominantly orange. Perhaps so many people around the world connect on Naruto and Goku because all the orange they wear expresses to the air that they are exuberant, spontaneous, optimistic, and fantastically friendly main characters that are almost always here to connect with the bad guy over actually dominating him, right? That's like Goku and Naruto's true superpower is the power of orange, the actual power of friendship, connection. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the subconscious natures of the universe are showing us that white is separation, red is individuality, and orange is in fact connection. So join me next time where we will get into the chi, the three of our Woiji Biv BB, yellow.